The switch inside your mind. Imagine if there was a switch inside your brain. A mental switch. One that, if you flipped it, could make you run faster, think sharper, speak with boldness, and work without stopping. You could focus for hours. You could break limits. But here's the warning. Once you flip this switch, you may never be the same again. You may become so focused, so driven, so different, that you start losing parts of your old self, your comfort, your excuses, your normal life. Would you do it? Would you use the energy brain hack? This video is not about magic. It's not about superpowers. It's about the mindset shift that turns regular people into unstoppable machines. It's the same shift used by warriors, top athletes, entrepreneurs, artists, and leaders. This brain hack doesn't just increase your energy. It rewires your identity, but it comes with a cost. The price is your old life, your old habits, your comfort zone. So let's go deep into this mental transformation. Let's break down how this energy brain hack works, why it's dangerous, and why it's the most powerful thing you can do, if you're ready. 1. The mind has energy modes. Which one are you using? Your brain is more powerful than you think, but it doesn't always work at full power. Just like a smartphone, your brain has different energy settings. Think about your phone for a second. It has low power mode to save battery. It has airplane mode to block outside signals. And it has performance mode when you need to run apps smoothly and fast. Your brain is similar. It also operates in different modes, depending on your habits, your mindset, and your environment. Most people don't realize this. They think their low energy is natural. But the truth is, they're stuck in the wrong mode. Let's start with the first common mode, survival mode. This is when your brain is just trying to get through the day. You do only what's needed. You wake up, go to work, eat, scroll, sleep, repeat. You avoid risks. You avoid pain. You try to just stay safe. People in survival mode often feel tired even after resting. They don't take big steps. They avoid change. Their main goal is comfort and control. They are not lazy, but they are stuck. Their brain is playing it safe, and that limits everything. Next is comfort mode. This one is tricky because it feels good at first. In comfort mode, your brain is focused on feeling good in the short term. You chase entertainment. You rest more than needed. You avoid challenges. You take breaks, but you don't build anything. You may think you are relaxing, but really you are shrinking. Over time, comfort mode makes you weaker. You lose hunger. You lose your edge. Life becomes soft, slow, and dull. You live in a bubble of ease, but deep inside, you start to feel bored, restless, and even empty. But there's a third mode, a rare one, a powerful one. It's called beast mode. This is the mode where everything changes. In beast mode, your brain enters a high-performance state. You feel calm, focused, and sharp. You don't overthink. You don't hesitate. You don't make excuses. You just act. You become a machine of action. People in beast mode don't need motivation. They move with intention. They wake up early. They work hard. They train their body and mind. They feel pain, but they push through it. They are not waiting to feel ready. They decide to be ready. This state is also called flow state or hyper-focus. It's when you're so deep in your task that time disappears. You don't feel tired. You don't get distracted. You are fully present. Athletes feel this during a game. Writers feel this when they're writing for hours without stopping. Entrepreneurs feel this when they're building something with total focus. And here's the truth. This is not magic. It's not luck. It's a trained mental skill. You can learn it. You can practice it. You can live in it, if you choose to. But here's what most people don't know. Once you start living in beast mode, your old life becomes painful. You can't enjoy wasting time anymore. You can't stand small talk, lazy days, or fake goals. You become allergic to average. You become different. And that's the warning. The brain hack that unlocks beast mode doesn't just boost your energy, it changes your identity. You become a high-performance person. And while that's powerful, it's also lonely. Most people won't understand you. But if you're ready to leave normal behind, then welcome. You're about to wake up your true power. 2. How to trigger the beast mode brain. There is a moment in every person's day where a choice appears. Should I act or should I wait? Should I move or should I rest? That moment may last just a few seconds, but it decides everything. It decides if you stay average or move toward greatness. And here's the truth. Those who succeed, those who become stronger, sharper, and more focused, have trained themselves to act in that exact moment. They don't think about it. They don't wait to feel ready. They just move. That's how they trigger the beast mode brain. This is where most people fail. They believe they need motivation before action. They wait for the right feeling. But real winners know something different. They know the brain will always resist change. The mind doesn't want you to do hard things. It wants you to stay safe, to protect energy, to avoid stress. That's why in high-pressure moments there's a war inside your head. One voice says, "Let's go. Let's train. Let's grow." But the other voice whispers, "Wait. You're tired. You can do it later. Relax." This war happens every morning, every day, over and over. And your success depends on which voice you obey. The key to flipping the beast mode switch is what we call command energy. Command energy is the ability to give yourself a direct order and follow it instantly. It's like being your own coach, your own commander. You don't argue with yourself. You don't explain or discuss. You just give a command and move. This is how soldiers are trained. This is how high-level performers get things done. They don't ask how they feel. They act. Feelings come later. For example, let's say your alarm rings at 5 a.m. You have a goal. You want to work out or study or build something important. One voice in your head pushes you. Get up. Now do it. The other voice pulls you back. Sleep more. You deserve rest. That is the critical moment. The beast mode brain hack is this. Act immediately. Don't think. Don't argue. Just sit up. Put your feet on the ground. Start moving. The more often you do this, the stronger your command energy becomes. And soon, you won't wait for motivation. You'll be motivation. Navy SEALs are famous for this mindset. They're not superheroes. They are trained to obey their own commands without question. That's how they push through cold water, long marches, heavy pain, and extreme pressure. Athletes do the same thing. They don't wait to feel ready. They practice when they're tired. They show up when they're sore. They act, even when every part of them wants to quit. CEOs, creators, artists, and top performers all share this trait. They take action while the world is still thinking. While others are waiting, they are moving. While others are deciding, they are doing. That's what makes them different. This is not magic. It's not a special gift. It's discipline, executed in real time. That's the energy brain hack. That's how you trigger beast mode. And the best part? You don't need anything outside of you. The power is already in your mind. You just have to command it. 3. the energy cost. Why most people avoid this path. Let's be honest. Everyone wants more energy. Everyone wants to feel powerful, focused, and unstoppable. When people hear about the beast mode brain hack, they get excited. They imagine waking up early, working with fire, achieving big goals, and building a new life. But very few people stop to ask, what does it cost? Because like anything powerful, this mental shift is not free. It comes with a price, a real, deep price. And that's why most people avoid this path, even if they admire it from a distance. Here's the truth. Once you start using this brain hack, you will begin to change. And change is not always easy. You'll become faster in thought, sharper in speech, stronger in action, but also more intense. Your energy will feel different, not just to you, but to those around you. Some people will respect it. They will say things like, "Wow, you've changed. You're so disciplined. I admire your focus." But others won't know how to handle it. Your fire will make them uncomfortable. Your discipline will challenge their comfort. Your hunger will expose their laziness. And even if you never try to compare yourself, you will still feel the distance growing between you and the people you once felt close to. This is one of the hidden costs of beast mode. You may find it harder to connect with old friends. You may lose interest in things that once brought you joy. Small talk, gossip, lazy weekends, endless scrolling, or parties that have no meaning. It's not because you think you're better. It's because your brain has changed. It's now trained for purpose, not just pleasure. And once you start living for purpose, shallow things lose their taste. You begin to crave depth, meaning, real conversation, real progress. You are no longer trying to be better than others. That's not your goal. You are simply trying to be better than the person you were yesterday. That alone makes you different. And that difference is something not everyone will accept. Growth creates distance. Discipline creates silence. And in that silence, there can be loneliness. But inside that loneliness, there is also power. This is where real confidence is born, not from being liked or approved, but from knowing deep down that you are doing what matters. You are living with intention. You are becoming someone you can respect. But don't be fooled. This journey isn't all pain. There is also pride. There is strength. There is freedom. You start to wake up with clarity. You stop needing validation. You feel alive, even when others think you're too serious. You begin to attract people who are like you, driven, focused, and real. This brain hack won't just improve your energy. It will challenge your entire life. It will demand your habits, your time, your attention, your values. But if you're willing to pay the price, you will gain something far more valuable than energy. You will gain power over yourself. And in a world full of distractions and weakness, that's the rarest power of all. 4. Create a trigger ritual. Control the energy flow. Let's face it, motivation is not reliable. One day you wake up feeling inspired and full of energy. The next day you wake up tired, unmotivated, and distracted. You might even wonder, what happened? Why can't I feel that fire again? This is where most people give up. They wait for motivation to return, and while they wait, they waste time. They delay their goals. They lose progress. But the truth is, you don't need to wait. You can take control. How? With something powerful called a trigger ritual. This is one of the most important tools for controlling your energy. It's your way of telling your brain, it's time to turn on. A trigger ritual is a simple set of actions that you repeat every day before you start your work, your training, your study, or any important task. It may look small from the outside, but what it does inside your mind is massive. It programs your brain to switch from lazy mode to focus mode, from tired to alert, from scattered to sharp. Over time, this ritual becomes a mental signal. It tells your brain, now we get serious. And when done consistently, it becomes more powerful than motivation because it works even when you don't feel like it. So how do you build this ritual? Start small. Keep it simple. Choose actions that wake up your senses and focus your attention. Here are a few examples. Take a cold shower. This shocks your body into alertness. It's uncomfortable, but it tells your brain, we're not playing games. Write down your goals. Even just one sentence. This gives your mind direction. It reminds you of your mission. Do 20 push-over. Physical movement increases blood flow and clears mental fog. It tells your brain, it's time to move. Listen to one motivational song. Sound is powerful. Choose music that makes you feel powerful, focused, and ready. Meditate for 2 minutes. Close your eyes. Breathe. Clear your thoughts. This centers your mind and builds inner calm. You don't need to do all of these. Start with 2 or 3. The key is to do them in the same order, every single day. That's what makes it a ritual. Your brain starts to connect the steps with a new state of being. The more you repeat it, the stronger the connection becomes. Eventually, the moment you begin your ritual, your brain automatically turns on your energy system. It's like flipping a switch. You don't wait to feel ready. You make yourself ready. Athletes know this better than anyone. Before a game or competition, they don't just stretch their bodies, they stretch their minds. They do the same warm-up. They wear the same gear. They repeat their personal rituals because it brings them into the right mental state. They control their energy before the game starts. And that's what you must do with your own life. Don't leave your energy to chance. Don't depend on feelings. Use a trigger ritual to build consistency. The most successful people in the world are not always motivated, but they are always prepared. They don't wait to feel like working. They act, and the feelings follow. Your ritual will become your on switch, your tool for starting each day with purpose, power, and presence. So build it, practice it, protect it. Your ritual is not a small thing. It is your signal to the world and to yourself that you are here to win. 5. Protect your energy like gold. When you begin to unlock the beast mode brain and build unstoppable energy, it can feel exciting. You feel more alive. You're focused, driven, and achieving more than ever before. But there's a trap that many people fall into once they taste this power. They start believing they can keep going forever. They think they don't need rest. They push harder and harder, thinking that more effort always equals more success. But here's the truth. You are not a robot. You are not a machine. You are a human being, powerful, yes, but also limited. If you don't protect your energy, you will burn out. And when that happens, everything you've worked for starts to fall apart. This energy brain hack is not just about doing more. It's about doing what matters and doing it well. But for that to happen, you need balance. You can train your brain to perform like a machine during high-focus periods, but between those bursts of energy, you must allow your mind and body to rest. If you don't, you're building success on a weak foundation. Eventually, that foundation will crack. Rest is not a luxury. It's a requirement. Your sleep must be deep and consistent. Your body heals and your brain resets while you sleep. If you skip this step, your thinking becomes foggy, your emotions become unstable, and your discipline weakens. You also need to fuel your body with clean, real food. Junk food may give you a quick rush, but it drains your system. It slows your brain. It makes you tired. To perform at your highest level, your body must be treated like a high-performance vehicle. Give it what it needs. But physical rest is not enough. You must also protect your mental energy. Most people don't realize how many energy leaks they have in their day. Negative people can drain your spirit without you even noticing. Mindless scrolling can steal your time and dull your mind. Overthinking can keep you frozen in doubt. Self-doubt can make you second-guess every action. These things may seem small, but they add up quickly. Each one is like a tiny hole in your fuel tank, and over time your energy runs dry. Winners know this. They don't just work hard, they recover smart. They treat their energy like gold. They guard their time. They say no more often than they say yes. They spend time with people who inspire them, not those who drain them. They limit distractions. They disconnect from noise. They schedule rest and treat it as seriously as they treat work. That's how they stay in the game longer. That's how they avoid burnout. That's how they win again and again. So remember this. High energy is not about doing more all the time. It's about doing the right things at the right times and then resting so you can do it again tomorrow. Your energy is your most valuable currency. Don't spend it carelessly. Protect it like gold, because when your energy is strong, your life becomes strong. And when your energy fades, even the smallest task can feel impossible. Be smart, be disciplined, be powerful, and rest well. 6. Discipline is the engine. Emotion is the fuel. Some people misunderstand the connection between discipline and emotion. They think discipline means becoming cold, emotionless, and robotic. They believe emotion is a weakness, something that makes people lose control. But this belief is completely wrong. In reality, both discipline and emotion are necessary. They are not enemies. They are partners. Discipline is the engine that keeps you moving. Emotion is the fuel that gives that engine power. Without discipline, your emotions go nowhere. But without emotion, your discipline has no fire. If you want to be strong, really strong, you need both. Think of a car. You can have the most powerful engine in the world, but if there's no fuel, it won't move an inch. You can also have all the fuel in the world, but if your engine is broken, that energy becomes useless. The same is true for your success. Discipline is what keeps you on track when things get hard. It helps you stick to your routine, say no to distractions, and do what's needed, even when you don't feel like it. But why would you choose this hard path in the first place? Why would you wake up early, train hard, work longer, or take risks? That's where emotion comes in. Emotion gives you your why. It gives you a reason to fight. So ask yourself the deeper question, why do I want to become stronger? Why do I want this energy? The answers might surprise you. Maybe it's because you want to protect your family. You've seen what it feels like to struggle, and you never want your children or loved ones to go through that. Maybe you're tired of being weak, mentally, emotionally, physically. You're done feeling helpless. You want to stand tall. Maybe you come from a background of poverty and you're determined to break the cycle. You want to be the first in your family to rise, to change the story, to prove it's possible. Or maybe, deep down, you want to prove something. not to others, but to yourself. Maybe you want to look in the mirror and finally be proud of the person staring back. Whatever your reason, don't run away from it. That emotion is not a weakness. It's your power source. It's the fire that makes your discipline work. Too many people try to rely on logic and routine alone. They forget to feel. But real strength doesn't come from logic alone. It comes from emotion with direction, purpose with structure, fire with control. Every morning, remind yourself why you're doing what you're doing. Speak your reason out loud. Feel it. Let it burn in your chest. Then let discipline take over. That's how the greatest athletes train. That's how the most focused business leaders push through failure. That's how everyday people make incredible changes. They use their pain. They use their love. They use their anger, hope, and dreams. And then they build a system around it. Emotion without discipline burns out. Discipline without emotion dries up. But together they create a force that is almost unstoppable. When your heart is full and your actions are sharp, you step into a new level of power. That's when you become more than average. That's when you become unshakable. So feel it and then move with it. 7. The shadow side. The danger of becoming too sharp. There's a hidden side to high performance that many people don't talk about. Everyone speaks about the benefits of focus, discipline, and intense work. They show the success, the results, the power. But very few mention the danger that can come when you live in this state for too long. Yes, there is a shadow side to the beast mode brain hack. If you are not careful, the very thing that makes you strong can slowly begin to steal something precious from you, your humanity. When you stay in high-focus mode every day, always pushing, always grinding, always acting with sharp discipline, your energy becomes intense. That can be useful. But over time, if you don't balance it, you can become too sharp, too cold, too robotic. You start treating life like a mission instead of a gift. You stop laughing, you stop smiling, you don't notice the small joys around you. A simple meal, a nice breeze, a good conversation. All these things start to feel like a waste of time because they don't fit into your high-performance schedule. And that's the danger. You might be hitting your goals, building your body, growing your income, and becoming more efficient. But inside, you start to feel empty, disconnected, alone. Your fire keeps burning, but your heart starts fading. You stop feeling things deeply. You forget how to relax, how to be silly, how to simply be. And if you're not careful, you begin to lose touch with the people around you. Friends may pull away. Family may feel distant, not because they don't love you, but because you're no longer emotionally present. You're there, but not really there. That's why balance is not weakness. It's wisdom. You must learn to step in and out of beast mode with control. Use your energy to work hard, chase goals, and rise above average, but also take time to rest, laugh, play, enjoy the little things, take walks in nature, watch a funny movie, sit with your parents, hug someone without rushing, eat a meal slowly, and enjoy every bite. These are not soft actions. These are human actions, and real strength is not about being hard all the time. It's about being whole. You can be strong and soft, focused and kind, disciplined and joyful. That's the real goal, to become inhumanly strong without becoming inhuman. Because what's the point of success if you lose your smile? What's the point of building a great life if you forget how to enjoy it? Your ability to grind and hustle is important, but your ability to love, laugh, and connect is even more important. The most powerful people are not the ones who never stop. They're the ones who know when to go hard and when to step back. They train with fire, but they also rest with peace. They command energy, but they also protect their heart. So take care of your mind, yes, but also take care of your soul. You don't need to slow down your progress to stay human. You just need to remember who you are beneath the goals, the habits, and the drive. You are not a machine. You are a living, breathing, feeling person. And that's your greatest strength. Use your power, but keep your heart open. That's how you win, not just in life, but in who you become. 8. Rewrite your identity. I am the type of person who. There is a hidden secret behind all high-level success. It's not just about habits. It's not just about motivation or focus or planning. It's about identity. The strongest people in the world, the ones who keep pushing when it's hard, the ones who train even when they're tired, the ones who keep showing up while others quit, they don't just have discipline. They have a deep belief about who they are. And that belief shapes every action they take. If you want to use the energy brain hack fully, you must begin to rewrite your identity. Most people don't realize that their identity is not fixed. It's not something you're born with. It's something you build. Every thought you repeat, every action you take, every word you say to yourself, these all shape the person you are becoming. That's why one of the most powerful tools you can use is this sentence. I am the type of person who. These words are more than just statements. They are instructions to your brain. They give your mind a direction, a blueprint, a mission. And when you repeat these sentences often enough, your brain begins to accept them as truth. Over time, your actions start to follow your words. Try it now. Say to yourself, I am the type of person who keeps going, even when it's hard. Say, I am the type of person who trains even when I'm tired. Say, I am the type of person who acts fast and doesn't hesitate. Say, I am the type of person who does not break under pressure. You may not fully believe these sentences at first. That's okay. Say them anyway. These are not lies. These are decisions. You are choosing the kind of person you want to become. You are giving your brain new instructions to follow. The brain listens. The brain adapts. The more you repeat these identity statements, the more your mind builds the patterns to support them. And once your brain accepts this new identity, discipline becomes easier. Confidence grows. Fear fades. You stop waiting to feel strong, and you become strong. Most people wait. They wait for motivation. They wait for the right time. They wait to feel like a winner before acting like one. But winners don't wait. Winners decide. They act first. They build their identity through action, not emotion. They don't feel powerful every day, but they speak powerfully to themselves every day. And over time, their thoughts, their words, and their actions become one. That's when change becomes permanent. You can do this too. Use your voice to shape your vision. Write down your identity statements. Say them in the morning. Say them before you train, before you work, before you face a challenge. Use them to flip the mental switch. Over time, you won't just say these words, you will live them. You won't have to force discipline. It will feel natural because it will be part of who you are. Remember, change begins with identity. You become what you repeat, so repeat strength, repeat focus, repeat power. Build yourself from the inside out. No one can do this for you, but no one can stop you either. Speak it, own it, become it. You are the type of person who doesn't give up. You are the type of person who gets stronger every day. Say it, believe it, be it. 9. Stack the wins. Let momentum build your power. When people hear about big changes, they often feel overwhelmed. They imagine that to succeed, they must transform everything all at once. Wake up at 4 a.m., eat perfectly, train every day, work non-stop, and never relax. But that kind of thinking can stop you before you even start. Real, lasting change doesn't happen overnight. It happens one small win at a time. It's not about perfection. It's about progress. And that's the power of stacking wins. Imagine this. Instead of trying to change your whole life in one day, you focus on winning the next moment. That means maybe today you choose to do one hard workout. Not the whole training plan, not a marathon, just one workout. Or maybe you decide to have one focused study session. 25 minutes of real concentration without distractions. Or maybe you have one honest conversation where you speak your truth and listen deeply. Or you eat one clean meal full of real food, not junk. Or you make one disciplined decision, like turning off your phone when it's time to work. These small wins may seem simple, but when they build up, they create unstoppable momentum. Momentum is the secret force behind every success story. Think about riding a wave in the ocean. At first, the wave is small. You have to paddle hard to catch it. But once you do, the wave grows bigger and bigger. Suddenly, it carries you forward without extra effort. That's what momentum feels like in life. One good choice leads to another. One win builds confidence. One success creates energy. And soon, your life starts moving forward on its own. Don't underestimate the power of stacking wins. Each small win builds your belief in yourself. It builds your energy. It builds your identity. When you make one good choice, your brain says, "I can do this." When you repeat that choice, your brain says, "I am this kind of person." The harder it gets, the stronger you become. The more wins you stack, the less you want to return to old habits. One of the biggest mistakes people make is to wait for motivation to feel strong before acting. But momentum doesn't wait for motivation. Momentum creates motivation. The more you win, the more energy you have. The more energy you have, the more you win. It's a cycle that feeds itself. So don't aim for perfection. Don't try to change everything today. Instead, focus on the next win. Maybe it's waking up 10 minutes earlier. Maybe it's drinking one extra glass of water. Maybe it's writing down one goal. Whatever it is, make it real. Make it count. Then build on it tomorrow. Before long, these small wins stack up. You'll look back and be amazed at how far you've come. You'll think, how did I ever live like that before? How did I waste so much time? And that's the moment you know you've changed. You are no longer the person stuck in survival or comfort mode. You are riding your own wave of energy and power. Stack your wins. Build your momentum. Let your energy grow. Step by step, moment by moment, you will become inhumanly strong. Not because you changed overnight, but because you never stopped winning. 10. Final thoughts. The choice is yours. This energy brain hack, the secret to unlocking inhuman strength, is not for everyone. It's powerful, yes. It's real, yes. But it is also hard. It is uncomfortable. It demands more from you than most people are willing to give. It will push you beyond your limits. It will change who you are deep inside, and it will cost you something important. It asks for discipline when your body wants to rest. It asks for focus when your mind wants to wander. It asks for sacrifice when you want to relax. This is not a path of ease. It is a path of growth, a path of transformation. If you are tired of being average, tired of living with low energy, tired of watching others pass you by, then this is your moment, the moment to choose. Because the truth is simple. You are not stuck. You were not born to live life on low power mode, just surviving and barely getting by. You have so much more inside you. More energy, more focus, more power than you've ever imagined. It's waiting, locked inside your brain, ready to be unlocked. But it won't unlock by itself. It requires action. It requires decision. It requires the willingness to flip the switch. To train your mind like an elite athlete trains their body. To build mental strength that feels almost inhuman, but without losing your heart, your soul, your humanity. That balance is the greatest challenge and the greatest reward. This journey will not be easy. You will face moments when doubt creeps in, when pain tells you to quit, when the old you calls you back to comfort and distraction. But that's exactly when you must remember why you started. Remember the reasons burning inside your heart. Remember the people you want to protect, the dreams you want to build, the person you want to become. Use those reasons as fuel. Use that fire as your guide. Your mind is a powerful tool. It can be your greatest weapon or your greatest enemy. You have the choice to command it, to control it, to turn it into a machine of focus, energy, and unstoppable will. But that choice is yours alone. No one else can make it for you. No one else can live your life. Only you decide if today is the day you step into your power. You will need rest and recovery. You will need balance and softness. Because true strength is not about being hard all the time. It's about being strong and human. You can be inhumanly strong, focused, disciplined, unstoppable, and still laugh, love, and enjoy the journey. Don't lose sight of that. So here is the truth in simple words. The choice is yours. Stay in survival or comfort mode, and your life will look the same next year and the year after that. Or choose to train your mind. Choose to live in beast mode. Choose to unlock your full potential and become more than you thought possible. You don't need permission. You don't need a perfect plan. You don't need to feel ready. You just need to decide. Decide to act. Decide to be strong. Decide to use the power already inside you. That is your path. That is your future. So, what will you choose? The easy way or the powerful way? The comfortable path or the one that leads to greatness? The low power mode or the switch to beast mode? The choice is yours. Now, use it. Thanks for watching English Achieve. Subscribe for more motivational content to improve your English and your life. Your mind is your strongest weapon. Learn how to use it.